Hi everyone, Sloane Davidson here, founder of Hello Neighbor, and I just wanted to reach out during this critical and unprecedented time and check in on all of you. I wanted to say that I know so many of you are facing uncertainty as well. The times are really hard economically. There's so much anxiety. We don't know what's going on in the world. And so I just really wanted to say that we're here for you. I'm here for you at Hello Neighbor. If there's anything that we can do to help support you, please let us know. Here at Hello Neighbor, we went remote, I guess it's 2 full weeks ago now, when we locked the door on Friday afternoon. We didn't know necessarily that we wouldn't be back on Monday, and when we made the decision over the weekend to go remote and to not go back into the office and to go into quarantine mode, a few of us went in at different times during the weekend to collect our desks, to take external monitor, things that we might need to set up a home office. And so we have been fully virtual and doing our Zoom check-in calls. And many of you know that I have 2 small children at home. My husband and I both run our own small businesses, and so not having any outside help has been challenging, to say the least, trying to navigate all of this. We're doing the best we can. I'm doing the best I can. And I also know that it's nothing in the face of what so many are facing. I think all the time about the heroes out there, the healthcare workers, the first responders, and all of the people that have been affected by coronavirus. And so my blessings, my prayer list is very full these days, just thinking about all those people that are working so hard to keep us safe and being able to get us back to normal. Here at Hello Neighbor, we did go fully remote. I've been personally looking financially at how we can save a little bit of money, cut out some parts of the budget we don't need. I'm so incredibly grateful to our landlord for extending us a rent break for the upcoming month. That's incredibly kind. And, really just looking all across the board at how we can really save money to be able to do the work that we do at the same level and keep, the same amount of staff and interpreters and everybody that we pay in the community. It's really important to me. I would also just want to talk a little bit about our families. It's been so challenging and difficult for the refugee families. Many of us that are from here, from America, we know that we're probably not going to be evicted tomorrow, that if we can't pay a utility bill for 1 month, that it's okay. Maybe we have a late fee, but we can pay it later. For so many of our families, their anxiety is just through the roof. They don't know a lot of those American systems, and so a lot of them not only don't have an emergency fund, the majority of Americans don't, the majority of the world doesn't. So even when this started a few weeks ago, they said, we don't have money for April 1st, we just lost our job. And most of our jobs are tied to hospitality. We have a lot of housekeepers in hotels, dishwashers, people doing laundry, a lot of Uber and Lyft and rideshare driving. So, I would say 75, 80, 85% of our families have lost their jobs, have seen no income coming in, and have no sense of what's going to happen. And so they're scared, they're nervous. Where's the food going to come from? They don't maybe have internet at home. They certainly don't have a computer. And so this learning loss for their kids and how to access online learning is probably not their top priority, because they're so worried about money and how they're gonna keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. But it is a real concern. And so we've been working incredibly hard at connecting with the families remotely with no contact, but having the mentors reach out, having our interpreters reach out, our program manager Hannah has been reaching out. And so across the board, we've really been working very hard to reassure the refugees that we're here for them. We're not going anywhere. We're a community-based grassroots organization. We're in the community with them, and we are going to help them navigate this storm. And if some of our families are to contract coronavirus, we will continue to be there for them and make sure they're getting the care that they need. They understand what the quarantine and the shelter in place means, and just doing everything we can to really assure them. Our work is more important than ever. The families are feeling alone and isolated, and that social isolation, that's like a core of what Hello Neighbor has always been about, because we know what social isolation does for mental health. We know how challenging it is to help you thrive when you're just home all the time. And so we're uniquely positioned in a lot of ways to help provide some of those resources to the families. And this is, of course, is completely different in many ways, but it's similar in that we've always navigated social isolation, and we'll continue to do so. And I'm very confident in both Hello Neighbor's important place in the hearts and in the minds of many of the refugees. And across the country, we have our national network of 8 organizations around the country. We've been on emergency calls with each other. We're able to see what we're doing in our collective cities and towns and share best practices and resources. And so I personally don't feel alone, which is also really good to know that I have other leaders in the nonprofit space, in the refugee space, and we can come together and continue to learn from one another and continue to really hold each other up during this unprecedented time. And so I just want to tell you all how much I appreciate you. My heart is filled with so much gratitude with all of you that are continuing to reach out, to support us, to keep us in your thoughts and prayers. And I just want to, say once again that we're so appreciative of everyone in the Hello Neighbor community. All of you just mean the world to me, and many of you have been there since the beginning. Some of you are brand new. Welcome to the community. But Hello Neighbor is strong. We will survive. We will weather the storm. And most importantly, we will do it together. So thank you again so much. And I look forward to talking to you soon.